Comparison is the thief of all joy. I want you to measure yourself from where you are to where you used to be. That's the secret of progress. Progress is the #1 way to keep yourself motivated and to keep your confidence high. Strategy and execution often break down in the middle, causing silos, squandered opportunities, and a failure to execute. Imagine your life if people said something and then they did it. You become paralyzed by your own weaknesses and trying to do it all. You are unique, but your challenges are not. Ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong. Viva PDI! When you start to build collaborations, what happens is your weaknesses are supported, 100%. You spend more time feeling joy, fulfillment, excitement, because you're spending more time in what you are really good at. The future of leadership and the future of organizations, because of all the technology and all the changes, we have to be at a level of managing a promise and not a person. If our organizations are still managing people, we're gonna be left behind. The honesty, honoring your word. But then it goes a little deeper than that. Not only just honoring your word, but being able to be what? Honest in conversations. When we're not honest in communication, that usually leads to a large level of our frustration because we're not fully self-expressed. Humility is a superpower because our natural instinct is to lead with ego. When we lead with ego, sometimes we stop listening and we stop generating new ideas or new possibilities. But patience, H. What did it say? It says prevents ego flare-up. No getting around it. We all want to be right in conversations. Gossiping, right? Does this go on? No, yeah. Gossiping, right? 4th grade girls do it, 40-year-old men do it. Guys, this is not like TV, okay? I can see you, all right? We have 2 choices when we experience failure. One is we can say, I'm a failure, or I failed. That's tying failure with my what? My identity. When you tie failure with your identity, you don't have the emotional bandwidth to keep moving forward. When you tie failure with your actions and you say, you know what? It was just our actions that failed. It frees you up from this emotional toll that sometimes failure can have on you. The definition of courage is taking action even though you're uncertain. Taking action even though you don't have the other 12 steps figured out. As a manager, you set the context of how your people think. And we've got to run our ideas through a project filter because sometimes as managers, we can get execution happy. And then that's when we fall into the trap of we're trying to push 100 things an inch. And you've heard of there's critical thinking skills, yes? Also, I believe today, more importantly, we have to have critical ignoring skills. If we can look at this and see, okay, out of my entire day, what's giving me 80% of my results? Probably certain key inputs. It's 20%, might be 15%. The things which are most important don't always scream the loudest. Perspective is everything. When you have a fresh perspective, it leads to new action. And when new actions open up, they get a greater level of performance. They get a greater level of result. What is it that I need to remove from my life to have more significance? What is it I need to remove from my life so that you can have more energy? Change starts where? Internally. It starts with how we process and how we think, how we look at something. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional.